Today's topic of discord is nutrition, i.e. food. And I gotta start by saying I'm not claiming to be an authority on anything. I'm not telling anybody what to do. This is just my experience from doing this stuff and sharing it with all of y'all. So nutrition. On rides, I prefer real food. Sandwiches, burritos, sweet potatoes, real food. I like savory food to be the bulk of my ride food. Too much of that sugar stuff, sugar in your water, sugar in the bar, sugar, it drives me crazy. It feels gross. It tends to push you over the edge into the bonk zone much faster. This is not to say that sugar doesn't have a time and a place. Big fan of sugar. Love the stuff. Eat it all the time, but everything in moderation. Even moderation. I tend to think of my ride food in chunks, bits, I don't really know. One meal essentially for the ride, and recently I've been very into burritos. Why do I like burritos? They're very easy to make. They're very affordable. You can change up the flavor easy. They pack a lot of bang for the buck. They're very portable. They just work for me. Start with the burrito and then I'll fill in with whatever else I have around the house. Bananas are good ones. Those disgusting energy blocks that you can get bulk are really good. Chocolate, nuts, chocolate chip cookies, dates. If you eat cheese, string cheese. If you eat meat, I think that beef jerky is a really smart way to go. Kind of anything and everything you can get your hands on. So I wanted to share how I go about making burritos for rides. I have found that making beans from scratch or bulk is very fast. It's fresher beans. They cost a fraction of canned beans. It just makes the most sense for me. The only hook is you need a pressure cooker. And a pressure cooker essentially cooks at a very high heat in a short amount of time. So the bits you need to make this happen: a pressure cooker, bulk beans, and we use kombu. Kombu is a type of seaweed, and essentially what it does is it reduces the gastrointestinal properties of beans. It kind of neutralizes it. Unless you like farting, kombu's the way to go. So once you have everything in line, I'll take a 1 cup scoop of dried beans, put it into the pressure cooker. Then I'll fill the pot with 3 times the amount of water to beans. After that, crush up some kombu and let it soak for 6 to 8 hours. You can do this before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, before you go to work. There's always a time to wedge this in. You lock the lid of the pressure cooker on, then you set it at a medium to high heat. Once the pressure cooker has reached the optimal level, it goes for only 15 minutes. If you cook beans on a stovetop, it takes 2 hours, and that's still soaking the beans. Highly recommend the pressure cooker. After the beans have cooked for 15 minutes, take them off of the heat, let them cool down, and they're good to go. I'll store them often in a large peanut butter jar in the fridge and eat them throughout the week. Another move is to fry them up in a pan with seasoning, some garlic and onions, whatever you got. Give them a little bit of life. Delicious that way. The burrito. I'll take a tortilla, throw it on the placa or a hot plate, get it heated up, put some cheese on it to melt the cheese, put your beans in there, and add whatever else you can. If it's a good grocery day, I'll throw spinach, avocado, sauerkraut is amazing, anything you got. Whatever tickles your fancy. Take it off the placa, roll it up like so, throw it in some parchment paper. This is kind of a slick move because it doesn't stick to stuff, and tinfoil I've found is a big pain in the ass on the bike. It crumbles, you drop it, it doesn't work very well. But parchment holds its form, it doesn't stick to anything, and it's compostable. What else? I like to throw a rubber band on there. Not totally necessary. And you're good to go. For big days, that's 4 to 7 hours on the bike. Recently, I've just been bringing 2 burritos. Nothing worse than bonking. Another reason I'll do 2 burritos, these bigger rides we're often having to drive out to. It's kind of a buffer for the ride back, if necessary. Because there's not always stores around when we're done with rides. I hope this was informative. And let me know what kind of food you guys like to eat. I'm always curious what people are running. Food is like the bikes. There is every which way of style that people do it. I love hearing about it. And we can all kind of learn from each other's tricks and tips. I hope this helped. Any other things you guys are curious about, always let me know. And we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Something told me it was over. Yeah. When I saw you and that guy talking, yeah.